Congratulations on reaching the final lesson of this course. Yay! You've built a comprehensive foundation for AI leadership, understanding what AI really means in business, seeing it as opportunity rather than threat, and leading people through change, building ethical practices, and developing yourself further as an AI-ready leader. Now we'll discuss how to translate that knowledge into action. This lesson helps you create your personalized roadmap for applying what you've learned, leading AI initiatives effectively, and continuing your development as an AI-confident leader. There's often a gap between learning and doing. People understand concepts intellectually, but translating them into changed behavior and organizational action takes deliberate effort. As management consultant Peter Drucker observed, knowledge has to be improved, challenged, and increased constantly, or it vanishes. The knowledge you've gained will fade unless you actively apply it. This lesson bridges that gap with concrete next steps you can take immediately and practices you can build over time. Before planning forward, assess where you are now. You want to assess your starting point. Think about your current AI understanding. Rate your confidence from 1 to 10 in the following. First, understanding AI fundamentals, algorithms, automation, augmented decision-making, and decision intelligence. Then, explaining AI clearly to your team and stakeholders. Next, evaluating AI proposals and opportunities, understanding different types of AI and their applications, and finally recognizing where AI adds value versus where it doesn't. This assessment identifies areas where you may want to deepen understanding before moving forward. Consider your organization's AI maturity. Assess where your organization is currently. Do you have any AI systems deployed? If so, how well are they working? What AI initiatives are under consideration? What's the general sentiment toward AI? Is it excitement, anxiety, skepticism, or indifference? What AI capabilities and expertise exist internally? What data infrastructure and quality exist? And what governance and ethical frameworks exist, if any? This assessment shapes your starting point for leading AI adoption. Think in terms of your leadership context, considering your specific situation. What authority do you have to influence AI decisions? What resources can you access or allocate? Who are key stakeholders you need to engage? What organizational culture and constraints affect AI adoption? What's your timeline? Are you under pressure for quick wins, or do you have room for longer-term building? Context determines what's realistic and strategic for your action plan. Consider your 30, 60, 90-day action plan. Here's a concrete plan for your first 3 months. Days 1 through 30 for foundation and assessment. Week 1, consolidate your learning. Review key concepts from this course. Identify the 3 most important insights for your context. Document questions you still have and share 1 key learning item with your team. Week 2, assess current state. Inventory existing AI initiatives in your organization. Interview 3 to 5 key stakeholders about AI perceptions and priorities. Evaluate current data quality and availability. And identify quick wins versus longer-term opportunities. Week 3, build your network. Connect with technical leaders in your organization. Identify external resources like peers, experts, and advisors. Join or create a peer learning group focused on AI leadership. And establish relationships with key vendors or partners. Week 4, create your vision. Draft your vision for AI in your organization. Identify the top 2 to 3 AI opportunities to pursue. Outline resource needs and timeline, and share draft vision with trusted advisors for feedback. Days 31 through 60 for initial implementation. Week 5, launch a quick win. Identify 1 low-risk AI opportunity that can show value quickly. Assemble a small team to pursue it. Set clear success criteria and timelines, and begin implementation planning. Week 6, build governance. Draft ethical principles for AI use in your organization. Create a simple decision framework for evaluating AI proposals. Establish an accountability structure for AI initiatives. Socialize governance approaches with your stakeholders. Week 7, develop your team. Share relevant course concepts with your team. Conduct a learning session on AI fundamentals. Identify team members' interests and capabilities related to AI, and create development plans for building AI literacy. Week 8, communicate strategy. Present your AI vision to key stakeholders. Address concerns and gather feedback. Refine strategy based on input, and begin regular communication about AI initiatives. Days 61 through 90, building momentum. Week 9, review a quick win. Assess progress on the initial AI initiative. Extract early learnings from this, share progress with the broader organization, and adjust the approach based on lessons learned. Week 10, scale planning. Develop a roadmap for the next 2 to 3 AI initiatives. Secure resources and approvals needed. Build business cases for priority initiatives. Establish metrics for tracking progress. Week 11, strengthen practices. Implement regular learning sessions about AI. Establish reflection practices for extracting lessons. Create feedback mechanisms for AI initiatives, and build curiosity and adaptability practices into team culture. And finally, week 12, a strategic review. Review progress against goals. Celebrate successes and learning. Adjust strategy based on the first 90 days, and plan the next 90 days in detail. Beyond the initial 90 days, establish ongoing practices. Consider weekly practices. Spend 30 to 60 minutes of learning time, staying current on AI developments relevant to your industry. Have team check-ins as regular discussions with your team about AI initiatives, challenges, and learning. And reflection. Briefly review what you learned about AI leadership that week. Monthly practices. Have stakeholder updates. Communicate progress, challenges, and learning from AI initiatives. Peer learning. Connect with other leaders navigating AI challenges. Strategy review. Assess whether AI strategy remains aligned with learning and changing circumstances. And team development. Invest in building your team's AI capabilities. Quarterly practices. Strategic reassessment. Review AI strategy against organizational goals and changing landscape. Deep learning. Attend a conference, a workshop, or do a deep dive on a specific AI topic. Governance review. Assess whether ethical frameworks and accountability structures are working. And celebration. Recognize progress, learning, and team contributions. For your annual practices, comprehensive review. Assess the full year of AI initiatives and outcomes. Strategic planning. Develop next year's AI strategy and roadmap. Capability assessment. Evaluate organizational AI maturity and capability gaps. And personal development. Identify areas for your own continued growth as an AI leader. There are key relationships to develop. Your success depends significantly on the relationships you build with, for example, technical leaders. Develop strong working relationships with the CTO, data scientists, and engineering leads. You need their expertise. They need your strategic guidance and business perspective. Have regular conversations that translate between technical possibilities and business value. These create alignment. Peer leaders. Connect with leaders in other functions or organizations navigating similar AI challenges. Peer learning accelerates your development and prevents isolation. Executive sponsors. Secure support from executives who can provide resources, remove obstacles, and champion AI initiatives at senior levels. External experts. Build relationships with AI vendors, consultants, academics, or industry experts who can provide specialized knowledge and perspective. And your team. Invest in developing your team's AI understanding and capabilities. Their engagement and skill ultimately determine implementation success. Let's review some common implementation challenges and how to address them. You want to expect these challenges and prepare responses. The first challenge, resistance to AI. For response, focus on communication about opportunity, not just efficiency. Address concerns directly. Start with initiatives that clearly benefit rather than threaten people. A challenge of limited resources. The response, start with small, high-impact, low-resource initiatives. Build momentum and demonstrate value to secure additional resources. Be strategic about where to focus limited resources. Technical complexity. The response, build strong partnerships with technical teams. Don't try to become a technical expert, but do understand enough to ask good questions and make informed decisions. For the challenge of competing priorities, the response, connect AI initiatives clearly to strategic priorities. Show how AI enables achievement of existing goals rather than creating a separate agenda. Challenge of unrealistic expectations. The response, set realistic expectations from the start. Educate stakeholders about AI capabilities and limitations. Remembering there are many different types of AI and subtypes of AI. Celebrate learning and progress, not just perfect outcomes. The challenge, change fatigue. Your response, sequence AI initiatives strategically. Don't try to change everything simultaneously. Give people time to adapt to changes before introducing new ones. Now consider measuring your progress. How are you going to know if you're succeeding? You'll want to track these indicators. There are knowledge indicators, implementation indicators, culture indicators, and personal development indicators. The knowledge indicators include paying attention to your confidence in discussing and explaining AI, your ability to evaluate AI proposals and opportunities, your team's growing AI literacy, the quality of questions you or your team ask about AI. For implementation indicators, the number and maturity of AI initiatives launched, the value delivered by AI systems, like cost savings, revenue, efficiency, and quality, the speed of AI adoption and implementation, and the quality of AI governance and ethical practices. The culture indicators include the shift in organizational sentiment toward AI, the level of curiosity and engagement with AI opportunities, the psychological safety for raising concerns and learning from failures, and the recognition of AI leadership as strength in your organization. And finally, the personal development indicators, your growing confidence leading through technological change, your adaptability as the AI landscape evolves, the quality of your decision-making about AI, and your resilience through uncertainty and setbacks. Let's briefly review some resources for your continued learning. To sustain your development, leverage these resources. There are courses and certifications. Consider deeper learning in specific areas like AI ethics, data strategy, or specific technologies that align with your needs and interests. There are business-focused AI programs. There is the 6-week online program specifically for executives with the MIT Sloan Executive Certificate in AI and Business Strategy. There is the Focus on Strategic AI Adoption in the Wharton Executive Education, AI for Business. There is a leadership-focused course with no coding required in the Harvard Business School online with AI Essentials for Business. There is the Stanford Graduate School of Business, AI for Leaders, that has executive education for strategic decision-making. And there's the INSEAD AI Strategy Program, the Global Business Perspective on AI. For AI Ethics and Governance, there's the Oxford Said Business School, AI for Business Leaders, with strong ethics component in it. There's the Carnegie Mellon Heinz College that has an AI ethics certificate focusing on responsible AI. There's the IEEE Certified AI Ethics Practitioner certificate, which is an industry recognized credential. For data strategy for leaders, there are various providers. You can search for Chief Data Officer Executive Programs in a Google search. On Coursera and LinkedIn, there are the Data Strategy for Business Leaders courses and the variety of business leadership courses here in association with AI on Udemy if you choose to continue taking more courses and getting more certifications to grow your deeper learning in various specific areas. For publications and media, you should identify 2 to 3 high-quality sources focused on AI in business and leadership, not technical implementation, and maintain a regular reading habit. Some options out there, the business-focused AI publications that are not technical. You have regular reads, weekly and monthly, like the Harvard Business Review's AI and Leadership section with strategic perspectives and case studies. The MIT Sloan Management Review AI section with research-backed insights for leaders, McKinsey on AI, industry analyses and strategic frameworks, The Batch by Andrew Ng, weekly AI newsletter with business context like deeplearning.ai, and there's Stratechery by Ben Thompson, an AI business strategy analysis. There are podcasts like AI in Business by Emerge Artificial Intelligence Research with enterprise AI use cases. There is the AI podcast by NVIDIA that has interviews with business and tech leaders. There's the podcast Your Undivided Attention by the Center for Humane Technology that has AI ethics and societal impact information. For newsletters and quick weekly updates, there's the Rundown AI, which is 5-minute daily briefs on AI news. AI Supremacy by Nathan Lands, weekly AI business trends. Import AI by Jack Clark, technical developments that are explained accessibly. Various industry-specific resources are out there. You would probably want to search. Google, ask your peers as you connect which ones they find to be most helpful. There's the healthcare one, AI in Healthcare by HIMSS Publications. For finance, there's AI and Finance, the CFA Institute materials. For retail, AI in Retail, NRF research reports. And for manufacturing, there are Smart Manufacturing Experience reports. Some books that are considered worth reading. There's The AI First Company by Ash Fontana on building AI-driven organizations. There is Prediction Machines by AJ Agrawal on the economics of AI. There's Human Plus Machine by Paul Dougherty, Reimagining Work in the AI Age, and AI Superpowers by Kai-Fu Lee, talking about the global AI landscape and competition. So searching on what books, in addition to these, might be worth reading, talking to fellow leaders to see what they're looking at is advisable. If you're in a heavily regulated industry like healthcare or finance, prioritize sources that cover compliance and risk. If you're in customer-facing businesses, focus on sources discussing AI's impact on customer experience. The key is consistency. 30 minutes weekly with focused sources beats sporadic deep dives into everything. If you choose to do one broad business source, one AI-focused source, and one industry-specific publication, this combination can help keep you informed without overwhelming you as much. And then there are the professional networks. We talked about these in the previous lessons. Join or create communities of practice focused on AI leadership, where leaders share experiences and learning. Search for and ask about conferences and events. Attend events that focus on AI strategy and leadership, not just technical AI conferences. And advisors and mentors. Seek out people with experience leading AI transformations who can provide guidance and perspective. Consider your organization's experience, remembering that your most valuable learning comes from reflecting systematically on your organization's AI initiatives and experience. As you move forward, remember several important truths. Not need to be perfect. AI leadership is not about having all answers or never making mistakes. It's about learning continuously, adapting intelligently, and maintaining confidence through uncertainty. As computer scientist Alan Kay noted, the best way to predict the future is to invent it. You've heard that a couple of times through this course. You're not just reacting to AI, you're shaping how your organization uses it. You may be further along than you think, By completing this course, you've built understanding that many leaders lack. You have frameworks for thinking about AI strategically, ethically, and practically. That foundation positions you ahead of most. And remember that progress compounds. Small, consistent actions compound into significant capability over time. The practices you establish now will serve you throughout AI's evolution. As author James Clear writes in Atomic Habits, do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. The systems and practices you build now determine your long-term success. And remember, you're not alone. Leaders across industries are navigating similar challenges. The uncertainty you feel is shared. The questions you have are ones others are asking too. Connect with peers, and you will find community. And your leadership matters. The decisions you make, the culture you create, and the practices you establish will significantly impact how AI affects your organization and the people in it. Before closing this course, take a few minutes to reflect and commit. Write your commitment. Complete these sentences. My most important insight from this course is, the first thing I'll do to apply this learning is 3 months from now, I will have 1 year from now, my organization's relationship with AI will be different because, and finally, I commit to. To complete those sentences, writing these commitments makes them concrete and increases the likelihood you'll follow through. This course has provided you with comprehensive foundations for AI leadership, but it's just the beginning of your journey. AI will continue evolving. Your understanding will deepen. Your confidence will grow. Your organization will develop capabilities. All of this happens through the consistent application of what you've learned and your commitment to continuous learning and adaptation. As author and business advisor Seth Godin observes, the thing is, incremental daily progress, negative or positive, is what actually causes transformation. A figurative drip, drip, drip. Showing up every single day gains in value. Showing up consistently to this work of AI leadership, learning, adapting, leading your team through change, building ethical practices, maintaining confidence through uncertainty, and transformation follows. You have the knowledge, you have the frameworks, you have the practices. Now it's time to apply them. Thank you for your commitment to learning and your willingness to lead through this significant technological challenge. The work you're doing matters for your organization, for your team, for your career, and for the broader question of how AI gets developed and deployed responsibly. Leadership through technological change has always shaped how innovations affect people and society. Your leadership will shape how AI affects your organization and stakeholders. You're ready for this. The fundamentals you've learned provide a strong foundation. The practices you'll build will sustain your effectiveness. The mindset you've developed, curious, adaptable, confident through uncertainty, will serve you well. As entrepreneur and author Reid Hoffman wisely notes, no matter how brilliant your mind or strategy, if you're playing a solo game, you'll always lose out to a team. Build your team, engage your stakeholders, and lead collaboratively through this transformation. Welcome to your future as an AI confident leader. The journey begins now.